Well. Now, it's this time of the month again, and this was August, right? So, let's go check what happened in October, shall we? And in September, actually. October, who knows, right? And there it is. Cinema. 5.5 million. Let's do this. It appears like this on the normal list. Reverse 1999 with $7 million on September. Now, I know this Sensor Tower and these websites like this are not completely accurate, okay? They kind of made up like an estimation, yada, yada, yada. Who gives a fuck? Because all the other games do as well. So we still have some guidance when it comes to like, if you wanna check what is happening in the revenue, right? So even though, well, maybe this is 7, maybe this is 8, maybe this is 6. That said, this is still a big increase, right? So, you know, it's really important to understand that. Now, obviously, 5.5 millions came from the one and only, the new queen. And there she is, Anjo.
Perhaps you might consider leaving your door unlocked at night.
Yeah, you know, she wants me. But, that said, huge W for Reverse 1999. Again, now we know why these are doing this thing. Obviously, these are big patches. So I feel like the game is going to basically behave like this from now on. If not more, nobody's saying that it cannot go higher, but, you know, 5.5 million from Anjonala being a limited character makes sense. Obviously, it's not Chu, because Chu was a CN New Year, and you know how important CN New Year is, so maybe the next limited is going to be even bigger than Anjonala. But that said, a lot of people now are in this loop or this tactic of kind of saving or going like, okay, just a P0, get the character, even the whales, right? The whales are probably going to buy anyway, but on the large scale, every player, I feel like, is now entering this this loop, this routine of chill, go hard. Chill, go hard. Every time there is a limited character, because, you know, as you guys know, the limited characters are really good. You could technically not even read their kit and just blindly pull a P0 and you will still win. That's how big and important and like secure or like reassuring the 6-star are. So as you can see here, this was 5.5 million for Anjonala, full Anjonala, I believe, because when did she come out? She came out like maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. We can check her banner, still going. It's not 3 weeks. Maximum can be 20 days, right? So if we go check here. If they let me, can I check? Okay, so yeah, maybe like 11 days ago or something. So it's not even the full extent, but there is a big chunk, because everybody knows that when a new character, a new banner appears, a lot of people are, especially the whales, are going to instantly P5. So the bulk of the income, the revenue of every gacha is always going to be on the first like week, maybe. If I'm being generous, but it's like the first week, if not like the first 2 days, 2-3 days. Maybe the whale was busy, couldn't swipe for like the weekend, and then when it comes back, it swipes. But majority of the people within the first week, everybody that wanted to spend a lot of money did. So now people pulling for this character are the free-to-play, the low spender, and people that maybe came back to the game with the character out and came after the release. Stuff like that. So that makes sense. But the reason is Anjonala is here, obviously. They also have this special banner that you can do, Boon of the Water. Maybe some people decided to pick up a character that they don't have, that they would like to get a copy of, stuff like that. Maybe this one helped a little bit, but let's be honest, the majority of the patch was a little bit of Argus. I don't think the Argus made much on the final part of their banner, and then Anjanala. So CN is Anjanala. Now, Reverse Global, we know that Reverse Global is, now we are at Lucy, right? So Lucy almost made 1 million. I think this is pretty fair. It's still low, and everybody knows why, right? Because we have the ability to save, because we know who's coming, who to pull, who not to pull, who should you pull for your account, or should I pull for Winsong, should I pull for Marcus, right? So same thing with Anjanala. We got Lucy 11 days ago or something like that, so approaching 2 weeks. So it's not fully Lucy, it's also a part of Winsong, but it's the end of Winsong, so a lot of people at that point decided if they wanted to get Winsong or not. And even if they didn't and they picked up, they probably didn't spend money or much. So it's understandable that global it's always low, because obviously we have the ability to know who's coming in the future, in the next 6 months, right? Or even maybe 5, now that they're making every patch shorter, will eventually catch up, but not really. It's gonna take like multiple years if they actually, that's how they want to catch up, by shortening 1 week every patch. I don't know. But maybe they want to shave off 1 month. Japan, however, kind of popping off, doubling almost their revenue. This is kind of big, and recently I have been hearing a lot. I wanted to make a video about it, but I'm that type of person, that type of content creator, that type of YouTuber, whatever you want to call me, that I dislike talking about stuff that I don't know about. And when people approach me and they say, yo, Jack, I got this news, I tell them like, okay, but are you sure? Where's the proof? Stuff like that. So with time, eventually, we'll get the actual numbers, if this is correct, if that's correct. But I've heard, at least I can say that I have heard that there is a lot of hype going on at the moment, higher hype than normal on Reverse in Japan. Some stores are getting higher assortment of merchandise. Some stores are starting to sell some merchandise, so you are seeing Reverse here and there, which makes me glad about it. Like, I'm happy about it, because I feel like the game is a little slept on. I'm pretty sure, I mean, we're all biased here, so I'm sure you guys will agree, but I feel like the game is a little bit slept on, don't you think? What is it that this game doesn't have? The only thing that this game doesn't have is maybe like blatant like lewdness or Coomer baits. We don't have that. We are all calm and collected, actual cultured individual that are like, okay, I am going to play a game. I am not trying to have a boner, so I am going to just play the game, you know? So that said, I always felt like the quality of the game was pretty high for a 2D PNG kind of like card game, right? So, you know, so I am glad that Japan is appreciated a little more. They are spending a little more. I know that how Japan is structured in terms of like, they like a lot of anime stuff. So maybe Reverse wasn't really super appealing to Japan, because they are balls deep in like anime, right? Because that's the mainland. So maybe a game that is not as anime or not as lewd or as like exposed as the other games, it might not be. They don't have an anime. Reverse doesn't have an anime. So I am glad to see that Japan almost catching up with Reverse Global. And I think my city is exploding, by the way. I don't know what is happening. But if you hear some crazy shit, I don't know either. I don't know either what is happening. Explosion, the dogs that fly and they catch on fire, and then like people like chopping down entire forests, and you know, well, so yeah. What I wanted to say is Japan. If I remember correctly, the Japanese server is 1 patch ahead of us, so they are playing Joe and Mercuria patch, aren't they? Maybe they. Let me know if I'm wrong. I've heard like a year ago almost that they were ahead. Are they ahead? I don't know. If they're ahead, that's pretty good because 700,000 for Joe and Mercuria, that's pretty good. I don't know when their patch starts or not. I'm not sure actually for that. So I'm going to question mark about it. It might be a little bit of Lucy into Joe patch. It might be a little bit like the Cacania. Maybe it's like Cacania Lucy plus a little bit of Joe, and they made 700. Or maybe they are fully into the patch of 2.0. Who knows? Let me know if you guys know. I remember they were one patch ahead, but I'm not sure. Or maybe a little more than one patch. We'll see. That said, glad, huge W, gigantic W. You want to know something funny? This is actually meant as no job for anybody, okay? So do not come into the comment. Okay, something funny is this. If you go to region and you clump them up, all the games, you know what I noticed? That Reverse 1999 made more money than Wuthering Waves, because Wuthering Waves had a dead patch. I think they had like a not dead patch. They had a guy for free. They gave a guy for free that was an entire like half of the patch, and then they went into the Shorekeeper, and the Shorekeeper came out like 2 days ago. Probably it's not even included in this, so maybe October is going to be higher. But this is funny to see. It's actually I would have never guessed or expected Reverse 99 to go higher than Wuthering Waves, even in a modded scenario. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really true, but it's kind of fun to see. We are above Blue Archive now. That's normal. That's like a serious achievement, right? We are above Epic 7. We are above Blue Archive. We are above I don't know, Wuthering Waves, solo leveling, anything that it's like really cookie rank. We're above Snowbreak. And Snowbreak had, if you didn't know, they had to go full Coomer to make some money. So that is Onka Impact, Sword of Convallaria. That dropped a little bit because that was the release, I believe, 9 million, and now they're going back into their normal size of revenue for a game like that. I think they're just pretty good, by the way. But yeah, you have all of these games that we are beating. POG, PGR, Brown Dust. I am glad to see that even though some games go full Coomer and they go extremely lewd, extremely sexual theme, like Snowbreak and Brown Dust. And even though that happens, boom, good game equals good money. There you go. Maybe there is a problem with these games. I don't know. Let me know if you know, if you're playing. If you're playing one of these games, do you know why? Besides Wuthering Waves, because I know. Some of these games that are like Blue Archive, Epic 7 is fine, but obviously we are getting carried by CN a little bit, but that's still that's all money inside of the pockets of John Bluepock. So, you know, that said, Absolute Cinema W499. Let me know what you think in the comments. See you guys next time with more videos.